Alright, so I covered a lot about making stamps, okay? But I never covered too much about stencils. So this video is more about the stencil attributes of Mudbox. Now when you're looking for a texture, and that's basically how I start sometimes, is you go to like Google, type texture, go to the search tools, and make sure you have the size set to something large, like 4 or 6 megapixels, even higher if you want, but let's go 8 megapixels. The selection choices at the higher level isn't very good, but one thing about stamps or stencils I will say, it's all about tileability. And for stamps, we're looking for this type of stuff right here. This is very useful when it comes down to the day-to-day looking for a texture to put on the ground, but I need to make a normal map for it, and it's this stuff right here that's very useful. Harsh contrasty things. So notice I could zoom way in on this. That's exactly what I'm looking for when I'm looking for a stencil. For a stamp, I didn't have to get this far in. So I copy pasted that from the internet. And then there's a lot of artifacts over here, so I might concentrate more in this region. And this is why I like to get a really big version of this map, because I can use a section of it. Holding shift to make a perfect square. Image crop. Good. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll duplicate this, filter, other, offset, and I'll offset it so I can see the this thing right here in the center here, just like that. Now this one, a little bit harder than most, and that's why I chose it. So first off, I'll take the top one, go to the eraser tool, choose 17. You can get to 17 by using small thumbnail. This is called chalk. Go to brush, shape dynamics. Make sure angle jitter is all the way up. The rest is off. Okay, and I'm just very carefully here. Erasing back this stuff, so that line isn't that apparent. When you get to the edge, try to stay away from the edge as much as possible. And these darker attributes of this, you might want to get those out of there, or at least make your brush a little bit bigger until it fades the two together. So I'll just keep continuing to do this until the cracks make sense. Perfect. Now these areas right here that are rather dark, I don't like having those. So I'll use the dodge tool a little bit. Just lighten those areas up until it kind of matches the rest. And once in a while I'll hit this dodge other places to even it out. Now I might have to dodge both the top and bottom sometimes. Perfect. So let's go to Edit, Copy, Merge, Edit, Paste. Put that one on top. And for these little parts right here, I use the Patch tool. So if I see something that doesn't really make sense to me, I'll patch it. That looks all good. Now a great way to try this out to see if it looks good is grab it, edit, copy, merge it. Oh, no, yeah, that's right. And I don't think you could, yeah, define pattern is what I want. So I'm going to define it as a pattern, and I'm just going to hop into a new document. And this new document needs to be a little huge. Just bear with me. I know it sounds ludicrous, but and then grab your fill tool, go to pattern, and just fill that pattern. So you can see here that this area right here is a problem area. And that's this area right here. You can see it right there and there. Alright? So I can go filter other offset, kind of get it to the center. And let's try to tone this one down. Oh, I hate when I do that. So if you're in the patch tool and you had something selected, make sure you deselect it. Okay, that helps a little bit. So again, I just offset it. I'll keep doing that over and over again until I get everything. Like this one right here. I'll try to get it to the center. Never work on the outside edge. And again, dodge it. Now, unfortunately, you do this enough times, you're going to start experiencing a blur that occurs. So you have to counteract that by sharpening it. I use the Smart Sharpen feature. There we go. So let's just take that as a stamp or a pattern. We'll go over to our test document. And that's much better. We would never get it that tiled out anyway, but you always shoot for like the extreme and then tone down from that. So that's how you make a very tileable texture and how to playtest it in Photoshop. Let's go on to, well, using it as a stencil in the next video.